Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to try to do something a little bit new and different. I wanted to do kind of a cooking style video here. And in this video, I'm gonna try out making a lemon pound cake in my air fryer. So with this recipe, I have discovered that you can make different things, different baked goods in the air fryer. We actually made a cheesecake in the air fryer a couple weeks ago and it turned out pretty decent. I got this little, I'll grab this air fryer bowl. I got this little bowl that you can like do different baked goods in and it actually worked pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that today for you to see and see how it turns out. I have not tried this one yet. I have no idea how it's gonna turn out, if it's gonna be awesome, if it's gonna suck, or what, but we're gonna test it out together and see how it goes. Look at this. How does that happen? It happens when you have a drawer like this. That's my utensils drawer, everybody. So I'm gonna start with just zesting up a little bit of lemon here. So I'm following this recipe that I have up here. It calls for a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, and that would be about half of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna try and see. I have 4 lemons over here. I'm gonna see what I can get. She's seedy. But this nice juicer will catch all the seeds. That's what I really like about this. I know a lot of people like to use those handheld juicers, and I've thought about getting one. I've actually never had one because they're probably faster and easier than this, but I just really like this. I feel like it juices it. It really juices it, like, totally. Like, it gets every last little bit of juice out of it, so. And you get no seeds coming through this thing. It strains all the seeds, and this is a seedy, she's a seedy bitch. Like me. So let's see, I juiced 2 lemons, 2 little lemons there, and I got like 1/3 cup of juice. So I got really good amount of juice from that. So I'm gonna use that because the recipe calls for a 1/4 cup. Okay, so we have a dry and a wet mix bowl. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna use, I think this is the dry bowl. So let's go ahead and start assembling our dry ingredients. Every time I do this, I get flour all over the place. I don't have an apron. I don't bake normally, so I don't really need to use one. So it's just gonna get messy. Let's just accept it. Just the flour and the baking powder. That's all I should add to that part of it. So now I'm gonna take the wet mix bowl. So in the wet mix ingredients here, it calls for 1 entire stick of butter. So we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. Oh, and let me look in my, do we have a spatula? So we didn't have a spatula to cream the butter, but I'm gonna use my rice cooker spoon. So we're gonna go ahead now and just drop the butter in, and we have to cream the butter, which just basically means mush it up until it's creamy. Butterfingers. Okay, Okay, so the butter is creamed and now we have to add our sugar. So it calls for 1 cup of sugar. I have a brand new thing of sugar. So we're gonna open her up and we're gonna use 1 cup of sugar. So this is the end product that we have for our butter and sugar mixture. I think it will be fine. So now we have to add 1 egg at a time. So there's 2 eggs, so makes sense to add that in. Eggs, butter, and sugar. And then add the vanilla. So it calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So now we have our wet mix of eggs, sugar, butter, and vanilla, and our dry mix here of flour and baking powder and salt. So we're gonna go ahead and add the dry mix slowly into the wet mix. I don't know why it says to do like a little bit at a time, but I'm not gonna question. I'm not a baker. Please don't follow this like I'm an expert. Don't do anything that I am doing. Don't follow my example. Please do not, because I know what I'm doing less than anyone. So there's some lemon juice. Did you get that shot?
A little bit.
Okay. So we'll stir the lemon juice in. The batter looks pretty good so far. Then I'm going to mix in the rest of our dry mix. Okay, and then I'm gonna smell it. It smells just like a vanilla cake batter, but I'm gonna put a bunch more lemon juice in. Matt likes that part. And I'm gonna put the zest in as well. Because even though it's not very much zest here, lemon zest is just like a really good punch of flavor. It's got a really nice, bright, sweet flavor, so even a little bit will go a long way. Okay, so here is our mixed up batter. Let's remember this part. We forgot to spray the pan last time with our cheesecake. It turned out fine though. It was still fine. But it's a cheesecake, so I'm not as confident it would be fine with a real cake. The mixture in. Oh, this will all fit. I'm sure it'll raise up a bit because it does have baking powder in it, which is what baking powder does. In case you didn't know, that's about the only fact that I know about baking. That looks like not a lot. Okay, well, it looks like it's kind of, it doesn't look like very much. I'm not so sure how I feel about that. But we'll just try it out and see. So now I'm gonna do a little addition to this, and I'm gonna add in some semi-sweet chocolate chips. And I like to add them to the top like this just because otherwise I feel like they sink. But this batter is pretty thick, so I don't know if they would sink, but still, I'm just gonna add them on the top and kind of press them in. It'll be fine, it'll be great. A little more. How about that? Yay! All right, y'all, so I have my air fryer here, and I have, this is what it looks like, the little cake that's gonna go in. So in the instructions, I saw that it said to cook it at 330 degrees for 30 to 45 minutes, which seems kind of like a long time for the air fryer. But I'm just gonna try it and see. 330 degrees is not that high, so I'm just gonna try it out and see. We're trying this out together. So I'm gonna put it in. I love this air fryer. You can use it for anything. All right, so I'm gonna start it at the 30-minute mark. Oops. And boop. So that's to do it for 30 minutes, so I'm gonna wait, and then when it's done, I will come back and show you the result. All right, everybody, so it has been 30 minutes at 330. I let it cool down for just a couple minutes, but I have not looked at it or taken this lemon pound cake out yet. This is new to me. I don't know how this is gonna be. We're gonna just try it out and see. Not sure if it's gonna be done yet. The recipe did recommend 30 to 45 minutes, so let's take a look. So it looks like it's got burnt on the top, but it's not. I think that's just from the chocolate chips. So it looks like it got kind of burnt on the top, but I put chocolate chips in the top, remember? So I wonder if some of it's from that. Let me go ahead, I'm gonna do a test in the middle and see how this comes out. But I can see it rose up quite a bit from when I poured it in there. It looked a little low. It didn't look like very much batter, but it rose up pretty well. It's about a little more than halfway full. So let's check out the doneness. Okay, so it's still got some, sorry, my focus. It still has some liquid on there, so it does need more time to cook. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pop it back in there for about 10 minutes and then I'll check on it again. All right, you guys, so there's actually 3 minutes left on the timer from, I put it in for 10 more minutes, but I'm gonna pop it out and look at it just to check and make sure it's not getting overdone real quick. So let's see what it looks like. Ooh. So it looks about the same. It rose up a little bit more. I just want to test the middle again here. Okay, so after another 7 minutes, I'm gonna test her again. I'm gonna try and find a non-chocolate chippy part. And this time it came out pretty decent. I won't even try to show you. You can kind of see, but I think that it might be done. So I'm gonna let it cool for a little bit now, and then when we take it out and get it out and everything, I will show it to you then. So it looks like it got maybe a little burnt, actually, the actual cake. And I didn't really think about when I was putting it in here that I have to flip it upside down to get it out, but I'm still just gonna do that. And then I'm gonna flip it back over onto another plate, which actually, I'm gonna grab another one. Hold on one sec. Okay, so now I'm just gonna try and flip it over and see if it comes out. I put a bunch of non-stick on, so I'm hoping it will. It's still a little warm in here too, so I just wanna be careful. It's actually kind of hot. Hang on, I'm gonna get a mitt out or use a towel because she's kind of hot. Okay. Moment of truth. Let's see if it comes out at all. Ooh! Oh my goodness, some of it stuck to the bottom. but oh my god. I just tried a bite. Oh my gosh, it actually looks really good. It looks nice and moist on the bottom. The top of it got really hard, but I don't know if that's how like a pound cake's supposed to be. I can feel from the touch, and you can see it's really moist. I'm actually excited. From looking at the top, I thought it might be a little too overdone, and maybe in the top it will. But I'm gonna go ahead, flip it back over. Look at that. So that's what it looks like. We'll definitely try it later on. I do have some icing. I'm gonna put, I don't like to drizzle icing over all of it right away because I like to do it as I eat it so the icing's nice and sweet and fresh, but I will put a little bit on the top so we can get that drizzle.